Ready when you are, CB. Do I start in Canada or Mexico?
We didn't do Animal
Are
Kingdom.
we really AK haters?
From New York, Dillo's Diz Live, starring Frank and Jen Dillo. This is Mr. Snidillo in studio along with music by Matt Harvey, inviting you to join the Dillos and their guests while they tangent and wax nostalgic. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Frank and Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and we are here on the YouTube channel and on the X on Theme Park Thursday Eve.
Yeah.
So good evening. I remember to introduce myself this week.
That's what I was going to mention. It's nice to know who you are because allegedly last week you didn't. So no one, if you're just listening for the first time, oh well, you didn't get to hear who you were, and you didn't want to go with the Facebook tonight. We're just sticking to the X, Twitter, and the YouTube tonight.
The Facebook denied me tonight.
Oh wow!
I got no time to fix the Facebook.
I am once again coming to you live from the office. I think this is not an actual office, but you know.
Jen's in her confessional.
Exactly. So we really get to know everything.
And now that we are past July 4th, this is the portion of the summer where I don't think my beard is too long until I see it in this format. And I'm like, what is happening?
Well, you're preparing for 1 month from today that we're recording this.
What's today? Oh, yeah. 1 month. Oh, God. 1 month from July 10th. That would be August 10th and 11th at the Sterling Renaissance Festival. 1 weekend only. It's Lenny Burrows' new show. Lenny is a god.
That's right.
Lenny
being workshopped at DillosDizResort.com.
The early stages were, I'm hoping to do because Mrs. Dillo isn't around this weekend at the resort. That'll probably be a Lenny Burrows session. So Lenny Burrows study hall, as it were.
Right.
So people can be updated accordingly this weekend at the resort.
I tried to get, first of all, spoiler alert, very excited for our guest tonight, but I was hoping that some pre-show chat could have happened with Mama and Papa Dillo tonight because I failed by not secretly recording them earlier because they were just having a whole conversation about ticket prices and just the cost of Disney in general. I'm like, guys, this would make such a good podcast. Can you just come on and just talk?
Can you just let me record?
No dice.
But we do have a guest here for this hour. We're excited. We haven't spoken with this guest in a while, so I don't want them to wait too long. Only just before we to update, we have been making plans also at DillosDizResort.com. We had a pedals session, as we call them, on Monday night, and the meetup happening September 13th for that not so scary Halloween party, starting to take shape. So make sure you're getting on board with DillosDizResort.com. That, of course, is our Patreon with memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. DillosDizResort.com. That $1 gets you into the world-renowned, world-famous one-channel Discord. And that is where you can find out a lot more updates about our meetup in September.
Yes, very exciting.
It's all exciting.
It's happening.
It's all happening. But it's the summertime. We're drinking a little more. I have my tiki mug here in honor of our guest here tonight. So let's just bring them right in, and we'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
it's the one. It's the only. It's Skipper Bob. Skipper Bob.
Say his name, and he appears. My name is Skipper Bob. I am a certified G and a bona fide alcoholic. I'm so happy to be here tonight, guys.
We are so happy to have you, Skipper Bob. You know what? We need to be seeing more of you. That's just how.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not enough. And then luckily, we got to see you last September at our meetup at breakfast, and I was so happy. But yeah, we need to be doing this more. What are we doing? We have been
Anytime I
slacking.
can have Stitch like come up behind me and give me a massage while I'm eating a Mickey waffle, that's a paradise happening right there.
Who doesn't want to start their day like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're happy to be talking to you, Skipper Bob. Of course, this is the time of year, the first week of July, where we reflect on in 1996, Skipper Bob and I were in the same building, but then did not meet for 25 years. We were in Daytona Beach at the Ocean Center when the NWO officially formed. Hulk Hogan turning on the red and the yellow and joining the black and the white of the NWO, as it were. Skipper Bob had much better seats than I did that day.
Well, okay, so I grew up as I was a wrestling fan as a kid, but as a teenager, I kind of grew away with it. But in the 90s, I was starting to hear about this thing, WCW, WWF. They're doing this thing. They're getting a lot of ratings. Whatever. Okay, sure. I'll check it out at some point. I start this new job at a TV station, and two of the employees, they come up to me. It's like, hey, we got an extra ticket for this show in Daytona. You want to come with us? Sure. Why not? So we sit down. I'm like, wow, these are really good seats. I mean, the ring is right there. The camera's pointing right at us. And then I had no idea what I was in store for, because that's pretty much what drew me back into wrestling as a full-time fan.
Mm-hmm. He's got the championship belts hanging up in the background now. He's got all of
these guys. Yep.
We dabble into the wrestling talk here and there, Jen and I, but mostly me, because I'm hooked, line and sinkered, and forever. Compared to a year ago, Skipper Bob, I mean, I think the world of the professional wrestling, as it were, is in a much different place. Like, where do you see this all going? Netflix in January, all the things.
Man, that just scratches the surface. I mean, a year ago, I never would have thought that two companies, one of them being WWE, working with any other company. I was like, oh, we're doing our own thing. We're good. And now we're seeing all these TNA guys showing up, and it's blowing my mind. I don't know if you saw last night's show. With the Rascals, they showed up during Wesley's speech, and I got a little misty-eyed because I knew the background behind these three guys, and then of course Joe Henry, the hottest guy in internet wrestling right now.
Yeah, I mean, I love when it takes off in terms of the social media and how it builds that way. You kind of saw it a few years back with Becky. We had a real good Twitter following with Becky Lynch. And then even a couple of years ago, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley's, social media game were real good when they were a tag team. And now that's the hottest storyline, basically in wrestling, one of the three, I guess. And it's just amazing to see when it's done well, how good the soap opera pro wrestling world is. And I say all these things because Skipper Bob, based in Orlando, there is a long lineage at this point with professional wrestling, taping in theme parks and, going back to #AlwaysMGM back in the day. And then Universal. Does TNA still do Universal? I don't even know.
No,
Here and there?
no.
Yeah. And then, right up the road there.
I wish they would.
You got the Full Sail studios, which just seem to be growing exponentially.
Not Full Sail. Sorry, I don't want to mansplain. They moved out of Full Sail during the pandemic. They now do everything at the WWE PC.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's like, obviously, I'm right. Yeah, I know.
But
just saying,
it started there, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm live on YouTube right now.
Yeah, sure. Go with that.
Thanks, Skipper Bob.
Skipper Bob, did we ever determine if we were in the same place seeing wrestling in the parks? Did you ever watch from #AlwaysMGM?
No. I remember coming to visit my mom one year because I was living with my dad at the time, and I come up to visit, and she's at work, and she gets home late that night. She's like, boy, this is a crazy night. We had the SWAT team and the Orlando police were out there. It's like, what happened? It's like something with the wrestling. We don't know. Someone nearby called the cops. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Interesting.
Good times. The best times, really. Well, Skipper Bob is here to talk. You know, he's got excellent knowledge on the beverages throughout the theme parks and just in general. Really, would you say you're a connoisseur, an expert? How would you define your knowledge?
I wouldn't go to the level of expert because as I was going through my list, I actually did some research for this. And I wrote down, okay, I like this one. I like this one. Oh, what else am I missing? And I looked up a list like, ooh, I haven't had that before. I want to try that. That's on the list. So yeah, I got a list of stuff I love, stuff I heavily recommend, and a couple of wish list stuff as well.
Oh, I like all.
Not
I like
all
all.
Disney too.
Oh, excellent. Even better. Real quick before, since we're going to talk about multiple parks here, what are your thoughts on Epic next year?
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I there's no notes. I am
Yeah.
so excited. I mean, when they announced How to Train Your Dragon, I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the artwork. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want this. I cannot wait to go there. I cannot wait to go to Dark Universe and eat in a vampire steakhouse. Yes, I get the pun. It's awesome. I am really looking forward to this. I cannot wait to upgrade my ticket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know there was some hullabaloo as usual on the Twitter X with the how you can get to Epic in the beginning with the you gotta connect it to the other parks and all that. Do you have any thoughts on that, Skipper Bob? Yeah.
You can park there. You can park at Universal and then take a tram. It's not that far away. I don't know how many miles, but it's not much. It's just down the road. It's probably closer than some Disney parks that are to each other.
I mean, Animal Kingdom, not so much, that's
Well,
pretty far away.
No, we don't look at the Animal Kingdom. That's in its own zip code.
Exactly. Yes. Love it.
So far away. But we are thinking of going there in September. So
That's true.
You
It
should.
is true. Briefly.
If
Yeah.
anything, Animal Kingdom as like a local, Animal Kingdom is one of my favorite places to go to if I don't have plans for anything, because I can always do the Jungle Trek and the Gorilla Trek
Mhm.
or the Tiger Trail or whatever it is, and just that alone will fill my need to like, oh, look at all the birds. Cool. Let's go see the tigers.
Mhm.
Tigers, for God's sake, tigers.
Yeah.
We haven't done those things at Animal Kingdom. Maybe that's what we have to do. I actually see more animals during our day
Maybe.
at Animal Kingdom. We were trying to figure out what should we do at Animal Kingdom that we haven't done before. That's
For a
probably
morning.
something.
Yeah,
Put on
you
the
got to do the animal walks. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. Well, where do you want to start, Skipper Bob? Is
Oh
there
my
something
goodness.
you want to start big? You want to go small to large? So, favorite to mix it up a little bit? What are you thinking?
Oh boy, I'm actually looking at my list and it's almost overwhelming. I try to keep it to one drink per land, not exactly one drink per park, because wow, that would definitely be
Yeah.
unfair for Epcot. But name a place. I'll tell you some of my favorites.
Jen?
I'm gonna start in the studios. Can we
Okay.
start in the studios?
Okay.
All right. What do you have studio favorites and studio wish list items?
I do.
Oh.
I have two wish lists.
Love it.
But three that I absolutely recommend. One of them is at the Primetime Cafe, because I recommend Primetime Cafe every single time. It's one of my favorite places to eat, just for the ambiance.
Yeah.
That's my
Mhm.
food critic
Experience.
is stepping out.
Yeah.
The experience, where the waiters literally will yell at you if you don't eat all your food.
Yes.
Mhm.
It is wonderful. I love this place. But one of my favorite drinks, or my wife's favorite drinks, I've had it once. I'm like, okay, I can move on with my life now. The peanut butter and jelly milkshake.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something about that. It's so wholesome and
Yeah.
delicious. And this is going to cause me problems later. I know it.
But it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. All right.
And it's grape jelly, right? I don't know if I've had the peanut butter and jelly
Mm.
shake, believe it or not, but it is.
I
I'm a
haven't.
strawberry jelly guy.
Same, but I'll
Yeah.
do grape. It's an experience. You have to do it
Yeah.
at least once and just say, yep, I've done that. What else? What's going on over here?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's a unique thing all of its own.
Mhm.
Yeah. Frank, have you been there since we were kids?
Yes, I was there with Mama and Papa Dillo and the then 2-year-old in
Oh,
late 2018.
okay.
But
Yeah.
again, it's kind of blurry because I'm like, why am I here with the 2.5-year-old? Am I taking care of her correctly? Because Mrs. Dillo was not there. It was just me and me trying to create the equal to when when Mama Dillo took me to see Star Wars at 2.5. I'm like, well,
Uh-huh.
this memory of me taking you to Disney World is what you'll remember at 2.5.
Right.
Where really it was a lot of anxiety.
Right. Obviously. Yeah.
How funny is it? You pull in a raging alcoholic, and the first drink I mentioned is a non-alcoholic drink.
I'm like, oh, I guess we should have mentioned it. They're not all going to be alcoholic. Who knew?
Oh yeah. There's a couple of drinks even the kiddos can have. As a matter of fact, they can have it. I'm going to have the Mai Tai. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Although the bar they have at Primetime Cafe is also one of my favorites. I love that little place
Mhm.
Nice.
in the
Waiting
waiting area.
lounge. Yeah. Right.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Mm,
Cool.
cool.
All right. all
Let's see.
right.
Another one of my favorites I heavily recommend. When you can't get into Oga's, like me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Never been to Oga's because I just cannot get in. It's just the luck of the draw.
Wow.
It's either
What?
that full or the people I'm with don't want to wait the time. I've
Oh,
never been.
no.
Been wanting to go, never been.
Wow.
But one of the places I do recommend you always go is Baseline Tap House.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And almost anything in there is good, but I would probably have to suggest the strawberry hibiscus drink.
Oh. Mhm.
That's like a nice level of sweet, a little bit of a kick to it, and it's a good start off drink if you're wanting to cocktail. Like, well, the park does open in the morning, so
Right. Do you are you able to, and no pressure if not, because we don't research anything. So the fact that you've done any research is amazing. Do you have like ingredients in that drink that you could share? Do you know what's in it?
not that one particular. I'm gonna guess it's strawberry and some kind of hibiscus.
I
That's
mean,
the
that
name?
makes sense, right?
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I've had edible hibiscus before. It's weird and it's kind of good.
Mm,
It's like eating a lettuce leaf, kind of, but do I eat this flower? Are you sure I eat this? Okay.
right.
Jen
Interesting.
checking
Okay.
to see on the wheat there. She's trying to
Yeah.
avoid
I'm
the
like,
gluten.
oh, wait, something at Baseline Tap House I can drink? Yeah.
Oh, do you have
I got the
limitations?
gluten allergy, you know. Savor
Ah,
Bob ruins everything.
no, yeah, we will do that.
Yeah, so but we'll look into that more. I like it. And then do you had 3 favorites, did you say?
Oh yeah, another one
Okay.
is if it's like a really really hot day, Florida, just go over to Sunshine Boulevard, Sunstrip Boulevard, on the way to
Tower of Terror.
Sunset
Yes.
Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big building over there where people are screaming. Yeah. Go that direction, and you'll get over to Catalina Eddie's, the frozen rum berry lemonade. Very
Oh.
perfect for a hot day. Really, really
Oh.
good.
That would
Even
be
if you
good.
can't drink alcohol, just hold it up to your head or your neck. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that sounds good.
I have to write
That
that
would
one
be
down.
amazing. Yeah, right. I know. I'm so bad with because I feel like a lot of the drinks on property too are found in little like nook places like that, and that I
Oh.
don't even like think about sometimes when I'm in it.
And
have
I
to
do
remember.
have one that's in a nook that's kind of
Oh.
a secret. I don't know if I want
Oh.
to spill this, but maybe I will. Let's see.
Oh,
I'm
alright.
going to be sampling some mead while we're doing all this. So let's see how loose my tongue
Another
can get.
Renaissance.
Love it.
Let's see. So, 2 other drinks I never tried. Obviously, since I've never been able to get into Oga's, I've never had the fuzzy tauntaun.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What's this all about? I hear good. I hear average.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to experience this for myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The peach schnapps, the peach vodka. They like peach in this thing. A little bit of OJ, some tangerine, some sugar cane, and Buzz Button tingling foam. I don't know how they obtain this or what it's made of, but something that tells me you need to try this.
Yeah, and it's best not to ask questions on things like that, right? I mean,
That's always
you
the
know,
best.
yeah.
I think I've had the fuzzy tauntaun twice. I feel like one time it was spot on, lips tingling, all the tauntaun action you're looking for, and that And then the other time was like, okay. I mean, it's fine. It's a experiential drink more than a
Yeah, I would
an
imagine
alcoholic.
it's more of a less something you want and more something you want to live through.
Mhm.
It's very hard to not pick the Bespin Fizz for me over the Fuzzy Tauntaun.
Mm.
But like I said, I need to go. I need
Yeah.
to
You need
make
to
a
go.
day. I need to
Me
go.
too.
Rob, we'll
Just go
slip
by
in a
myself.
date
If the
for
rest
you.
of the people
Yeah.
like, no, we don't want to wait. Fine, I'll go.
I see theme park Rob in the chat. I think he needs to just kidnap you one day and you guys go. Go.
Okay,
Oh, good.
twist my arm.
Love it.
All right,
let's see.
and does that wrap up your hashtag always MGM?
I saw this other one. I don't know if it's still available. I don't know if it was seasonal or not. But over in Galaxy's Edge, they have the cold brew black calf. It's a
Oh.
cold brew coffee with sweet cream cheese,
Oh.
and Cocoa Puffs on top as a garnish. I
Alright.
want to try it because that sounds so weird.
What?
Yeah. Let's have a
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs conversation for a second.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
Jen? Cocoa Puffs, obviously.
I
when
think
we
I
were
want
young?
Cocoa Krispies more than Cocoa Puffs. No,
You go Cocoa Krispies over Cocoa Puffs?
I feel like we had Cocoa Krispies more than Cocoa Puffs.
We have. I think later on because that's all Mama Dillo eat. But am I allowed to say that live on YouTube?
Right. Okay, but yeah, I mean, Cocoa Puffs. Yes.
I mean, Cocoa Puffs like Kicks. The
Yeah.
allure is if you get a broken one, you get the milk inside the Cocoa Puff.
Uh-huh.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this sweet cream cheese thing with the
I know.
treat. That's
I know. Sometimes I
interesting.
hear something that sounds awful, and I'm like,
Yeah.
my first reaction is, I've got to try this. Pickle in my tomato drink? No. God, yes. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good one to know though. That's interesting. I haven't even heard about that one.
Yeah, I
Like,
came
I've
across
never-
it today. I was like, I got to try this. I hope it's
Yeah.
still a thing.
I'm glad you're reminding me to circle back on a coffee drink later on when we get to
Oh,
a
yeah.
different park.
Oh,
Uh,
same. It's probably the same
yeah.
one I'm thinking.
Probably the same one I'm thinking.
All right. Does that wrap up hashtag always MGM?
That's all I could think of for
That's
yeah,
good.
for
I mean,
MGM.
great-
Yeah, that's
strong
Yeah,
list.
that's a good
Great
list.
list.
I love it.
let's hit up the big boy, Magic Kingdom here.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah, because
'Cause
you
for the longest time you couldn't get
no.
alcoholic or adult beverages, let's call them.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
can now, but
Mm.
I mean, first off, is the Dole Whip a drink?
Hmm.
It comes in a float formation, but is the Dole Whip itself? I mean, you let it
No.
know you have to drink it.
Is it? No.
No. It's not a drink. It's a thing, and you can only have it with certain flavors at Magic Kingdom and Polynesian. So, however, I have enjoyed drinks with Dole Whip. I just don't consider it
Eh,
another version of Dole Whip, but I have had some that have Dole Whip in it, but I don't consider it the same thing. I'm weird with my rules. I don't know.
Jeffers had the
Yeah.
best comment. Put enough rum in it, anything's a drink.
Exactly. That's true.
absolutely.
That's true.
I also
Yes.
appreciated Jeffers' comment about the fuzzy tauntaun, which the first time it was a ton out of ton. Yes. Play on
Oh.
words.
Excellent. Good one.
Lovely.
All right, sorry to continue. So
right.
your first drink is Dole Whip.
The Dole Whip
Mm.
float. Let's be more
Just-
precise. Dole Whip
okay.
float.
Okay. All right.
After that, I would recommend to some people Lafru's Brew over in
Mhm.
Gaston's Tavern.
Okay.
Not for me. I've had it once. Like, okay, again, I can move on with my life. Will I ever order it again? Probably not. But that doesn't mean it's
Mhm.
bad.
Right.
It's just a little too sweet for me. I like the sweet drinks. I don't like aggressively sweet like this
Right.
one is.
Interesting. All right. Good to know.
But if you ever go to Skipper Canteen,
Hmm.
they
Mm.
do have a drink that I swear to God, it started off as a cocktail back in the Adventurers Club, but now it's a
Mm.
IPA drink, a beer. Now it's Skipper Canteen, the Kungaloosh.
Mhm.
I mean, how are you not recommending that? That
I
I
by
just-
law, I have to.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, when I first saw the first time I went to Skipper Canteen, I look at the menu. They got Kongaloosh, one Kongaloosh, please, and they bring me this beer. I'm like, did I order the wrong thing? Okay, that's not bad. 3 more, please. No, I do enjoy it. That's a great, that's a really good drink, especially on really hot days, and it mixes really well with some of the food they have there, especially anything. I think the meatloaf or salmon, one of those two, it mixes really, really good with it for some reason. It's if you have that kind of a palate.
Interesting.
Then you have like your of course the citrus swirl orange crush that they have over at Sunshine Tree. But if you're gonna get a Dole Whip, I don't know, it's gonna be one or the other basically.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself doing. I'll take one of both, please. No,
I know. I think about that a lot. I'm like, I'm here. I got to get the Dole Whip, but that has been sidelined for years. I've been wanting that orange thing, and yes, I don't. Why not both?
Yeah, you take what you can. Why not mix them? Take a big old
Skipper
bucket.
Bob. Because is it that Be Our Guest is the only? Because you thought it might have been. Is Skipper Canteen have alcoholic beverages too? Is it Be Our Guest and Skipper Canteen? They both do.
Yeah, they both do.
Be Our Guest definitely does.
I think you know what? I think most of the sit-down restaurants at Magic Kingdom now serve some form of alcohol, whether it be wine or a beer or specialty cocktail. But yes, I'm gonna go
because
with that.
I don't know how long ago they announced this. What is time? But they across from Pirates of the Caribbean, they announced that the Tortuga Tavern there was going to undergo some sort of renovation, updating, blah, blah, blah. And I wondered if that would also become an area where you could purchase a beverage, because I don't know how you do that.
I would love to see that become a pirate-themed Trader Sam's kind of place.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, especially with the mug you're drinking, you get that specialty mugs you can order from there and buy. I would love that. I would be there all day long.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm with you. Totally. But that's what I wonder. Skipper Bob takes a drink. Is that your Magic Kingdom wrap up, or you got another one? That's
you know, at Magic Kingdom, there's not a whole lot.
It's tough.
So, you usually have to go out of the park to one of the resorts if you want anything else, and go like right down the road. They'll give you a whole pineapple filled with rum.
Oh my God. Jen, you haven't had the Lapu Lapu?
I have not.
No. It's a challenge.
Yeah, I think Mr. Snidillo may have had it, and then I know you had it when you were with Skipper Bob, right? Yeah.
First time I met Skipper Bob, I had the Lapu.
That's right.
In person. It has that effect on me.
Yeah. Gotta.
Yeah, that's an endurance test. The Lapu Lapus, because you're halfway done. You're like, okay, oh man, I still got all that. All right, say goodbye to the kids.
Yeah.
I was looking back on pictures from that trip, because it was so quiet there, but so I got to take a lot of pictures where there's just like nothing happening, and you know, because of limited capacity. But there is like a period where we go to Kona for lunch, and we like walked over. Theme Park Rob and Justin and I walked over, because I hadn't walked that path through the Grand Floridian. We had lunch, and then I think we took and then we went back, and I remember saying I would meet them there. I don't remember what I did. Like, I took the boat back across like separately, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I separated myself. I don't know, but I'm blaming it on the Lapu Lapu, because there was just like a period of fog. Like, I'm like, what happened in between? Like, no, I'll meet you guys at like the People Mover or whatever, because that's the order of my pictures. But I was like, what was I doing at the Polynesian?
How did I get here?
Is that, I mean, and I'm going to go with your story because it sounds better, but is that when you wanted to do the walk? But if you're taking the boat, then no. But remember, you wanted to do that walk?
No, because we split our day. Yeah, I did Magic Kingdom to Poly, and then going back, and I was like, what happened? It's definitely like there's a gap. There's a blackout. Yeah, totally.
Disney blackout.
You were dehydrated, and
yeah, I'm sure the heat didn't help at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blame it on the Lapu. That's
a
good one. Yeah.
I like that.
So I heard in your intro, you don't know whether to start between Canada or Mexico. I'll make it real clear right now. Real men start in Canada
and
finish hard in Mexico.
finishing.
Because if you're still standing at that point, you've earned that tequila.
Skipper
I
Bob,
like
it's
it.
really hard because I like the Mexico drinks a lot.
So do I.
But it makes sense. It makes sense though, because then if you go too big in Mexico, like how far are you getting?
Well, that's the trick. You've got because I think the pricing of some of these drinks will definitely help you limit what you're intaking. Especially at some point, you're going to stop for meals, and by the time you get to Mexico, hopefully you have a full stomach of 60% food, 40% alcohol at that point, so you can actually do one more drink. And the amount of time you're going to wait getting in line for this place, you burn off some of it by then. So yeah, you're fine. Do it that way. You'll be fine. Oh, but starting in Canada, the Ottawa Apple, lovely drink. Little sweet, little bit of a bite. It has Crown Royal whiskey, maple and apple infusion, and a little bit of cranberry juice. And sometimes they'll put like a little fruit in it, like a cherry or a grape or something, and it's lovely. It's a nice little good start of the day.
Nice. Frank's taking notes over there.
Taking
So.
notes. Yeah, Ottawa Apple.
Good one.
Let's see. So Canada, the next would be
I was
England.
going to say, do you have one for each country?
Almost.
Okay.
For England, that is another one of those ambiance places.
Yeah.
You go into the Rose and Crown, the bar itself, you can have anything. I go for a Bass ale, and just being in there, it's wonderful. Everyone's singing or talking, and the guy's mixing the drink. I forget the famous bartender's name. It escapes me right now, but I know his face. I could see his face like right here. And I really hate that I can't remember his name, but he's wonderful. If he's there that day, you can strike up a conversation with him and he will talk to you. He loves to talk. Yes. Let's see. So after that, you have France. You can't go wrong with the Grand Marnier orange slush. That's the king. Nothing else. I mean, even if you're a wine drinker, save it for Italy. That's my opinion. If you love the wine, great. Have an orange slush. You will enjoy that.
Now, Skipper Bob, will you do, just to go back to UK for a second, will you do the yard? Is that like, will you carry around the yard? You get the thing and carrying that, like, are you
the half yard,
or do you keep it close?
I don't really do the yard. Not for any particular reason. I just don't.
Yeah. So get too warm too fast? What happens?
It does.
Yeah. Because I don't think I've done the full yard myself either. Jen does a half yard. Well, not anymore.
I did not anymore. Back in the day, I did a half yard. And I'm someone that nurses whatever drink is in her hand all night long. So whether it's this big or this big, it's fine. I'm still drinking it because whatever. It takes me forever anyway.
Yeah, I guess if you're closer to Mardi Gras, it's more appropriate to have something like that. But just a regular day, especially if you're going to drink heavily. No, that's too much. Even if it is just beer.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yes. So France, Morocco. Right?
Morocco. I know they have a spiked tea drink. I've never tried it. I'm not really one for tea.
Yeah.
Unless there's other stuff mixed in it, and I know this one's spiked, but at the same time, I know some people really like it, but I it's not for me. I just keep on going. I do love the little museum they have in there. That's like one of my favorite places to get away from the heat. Not many people know about it.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about similarly. I feel like I haven't gone deep into China like ever, and in the pavilion. I feel like Morocco is another one I need to go back to and remind myself what's back there and what I miss out on when I'm just walking by.
The last time I was there recently, they converted the old restaurant into a pass holder lounge type of place. They give you free snacks and free water and free another green tea. I think my wife had, but it's a good place to just sit down, recharge your phone batteries. They have rechargers in there, and just like take in some AC and get out of the heat. That's a great little spot for it. Not many people know about that one.
Jeffers is contemplating the annual pass. Maybe that will help. Over the edge.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Still blaming it on the Lampu Lampu. When he buys his annual pass, he'll blame it on the Lampu Lampu.
That's true.
That's
See,
the perfect
it all ties back. Yes.
Let's see. So after
Uh,
Morocco, it's
Man.
Japan. I'm thinking the other way. Yeah. Okay. Japan.
Yes.
Japan. The Kirin frozen beer.
Oh yeah, I've had that. It's
Perfect.
good.
I
Mhm.
love that. We've had like some of the sake is fine. If you like sake, great. That's where obviously we go for it.
Mhm.
The little sake place in the back, they also have plum wine, which I really love. And then I realized I can get the same exact bottle at Publix for half the price. But what I can't get at Publix is a Kirin frozen beer.
Mm,
That's
mhm.
that is a wonderful little treat, and it takes some time to. So you just go up to that little sitting area that's over by the little restaurant. Now people know about that one.
Yeah.
That's another hidden little hideaway, hidey hole. Great on a breezy day, and you just sit there and just sip on the foam and the beer. And
Jen
Boy,
loves that Disney breeze.
yes,
I do.
Yeah.
And I used to love anything Kirin beer related, so that sounds great.
used to as in
Certain
past
Jen.
sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, more fruity drinks, please.
Oh yeah, they do have a shaved ice at the same location.
Oh,
I've tried that once.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but it's obviously if you're with the little ones. I hear you have the flavored shaving thing. I'll have
mhm.
Yeah.
I'll have the flavored.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see.
Theme park Rob mentioning pockets and how much
Pockets.
we love pockets. And I do feel like this is just a whole episode of drinking pockets, really,
Drinking
which I
pockets.
love.
Oh.
Yeah. Drinking pockets.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Let's see. After Japan, that's America, right?
America,
Yes.
but mostly America.
Mostly moonshine sour. The blackberry
Uh-huh.
moonshine sour.
hmm
You got a lot of choices, especially a lot of beers, some IPAs. Not a fan of myself, but that's fine if it's your thing. Moonshine sour.
Yeah.
Lovely. Wonderful.
I
Wonderful.
gotta remind myself. I think I had one, but I need to remind myself of that one. So I'm gonna write it
Yeah, you'll probably fall back in love with it.
Yep.
Where's Lexi in this conversation?
down. Yeah, she needs to be here for another drink.
Yeah.
All right, Italy.
Italy, like I said before, just go for any wine whatsoever because this is a very elegant place. You want the nice wine, the quiet atmosphere around you. And if you want a little noise, just go over to the hole in the wall where you can get some pizza from the pizza restaurant right next door. There's a little window, literally. You want a slice? Here you go.
I think that was in my dream last night. I'm having deja vu. I swear that was in my dream last night. That's so weird. All right, well, that's gonna set me off for the rest of the episode. But I would recommend the Rosa Regale because that's my favorite from Italy. That's my
What
go-to.
kind is that?
That is like a red but sweet, and they used to. Well, I think they still do. That's the one, Frank, you tried during Food and Wine. They usually pair it with the melted Godiva chocolate, and so you can do a little bit of both. Amazing. It's good stuff. That would be over in the Wonders Life building. But I don't know if it still is.
I don't know if
but
it's still there. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
when the food and wine stuff comes out.
I think that boat sailed.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be in Communicore Hall for you.
Whatever.
At least something would.
Right?
Jen is very angry about the Communicore Hall.
I'm just why are you calling it that? Why are you calling it that? That's all. You know. It's fine. We can move on. Better things to talk about.
Germany, lots of
Germany.
options in Germany.
Oh, yeah, lots of options, and this is where one of my secrets is. First off, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Push the microphone away. Schweifenheimer Pink Grapefruit Heisenwein.
Yes,
there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's like a
and so good, especially with the Central Florida heat. They often sell 6-packs down here at the grocery store right down the block from me. I did it once. I was like, okay, I just want like a little taste of Epcot for the day. It's not the same, but it was
Even if it's
nice. But it
stimulating.
wasn't the same. It's not the same as being in the back of the German pavilion.
we got grapefruit beer at home.
beer.
All right, so I will spoil this. There is like one of my little secret places in Germany, the Wine Keller. If you go in there, they'll have in the back. It's a tiny little shop, and they sell individual bottles, but you can sample the bottles for a price. And one of them is called the Mozart Chocolate Cream Liqueur. It's a little, maybe half this size, so it's like a 2-ounce pour, and that is a very addicting shot to have because you go in there and you order 6 shots and for everybody and Ziggy Saki down it. That's one of my
Wow.
favorite places. I just
Oh, yeah.
discovered it, I think, last year. I was like, how long has this been here? Forever, since 1984.
Wow.
So
That's crazy. Mm.
not a lot
That
of people
sounds
know
good.
about this place.
And that I
Yeah.
mean, and and it is the cool thing about those pavilions is that those little areas do
Mhm.
exist with.
I know. I've been
Drinking
going to Epcot for years, and I
Mhm.
am still finding new stuff. Not because they're
Yeah.
building new stuff. That's the case as well. But I'm just Germany.
Yeah.
As long as Germany's been there since day one, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't remember if it was one of the 2 expansion lands, but still, it's yeah. We got chocolate cream liqueur here. Go nuts.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That sounds good. Mhm.
So let's
Ger-
see.
Germany. I gotta go. And so then China.
That's China. Yes.
Yeah.
China. China's got the king drink. Rob knows what it is.
Yes,
Frank, you
Yo.
know what it is.
I know what it is. Jen doesn't know what it is. Jen know what it is. She knows. Yes, it is. There it is.
I do know what it is.
Oh yeah, you better know.
She knocks in love.
Joy of Tea Pavilion, not inside the actual China Pavilion. It's so good they had to keep it outside because they knew the line
Yeah.
would go down the road.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bourbon black tea and coffee with heavy cream and chocolate syrup and all kinds of goodness. And when you say this is a heavy pour, that is not an exaggeration. They blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, here you go. It's a heavy, probably the heaviest pour in all of Disney.
I've only sampled. I have not had my own because bourbon's not really my thing, and so. But I feel like it's getting close to have my own finally.
The way you should drink this, because I've heard some people say, I don't like tea, or I don't like coffee, or I don't want any bourbon.
Mhm.
What you should do is stick the straw all the way to the bottom, take a quick sip,
Yeah.
get like some of that sweet and whatever it is they mixed in first, then take the straw, stir it all up,
Mhm.
and then you get that cornucopia flavor after that. And that's just overwhelmingly good. It's like, I've got to sit down to enjoy this guy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good to
I
know.
have to think about it. I'm gonna have to figure out because I got maybe a couple of Epcot days there on the horizon.
Mhm.
Whether I can divide and conquer. But then all these food and wine drinks come in, and it throws my whole game off.
Yeah.
Still, Tipsy Ducks is the king. Anything that they serve at any of the seasonal lands or that am I drunk
Foods.
already?
I got
Any of the seasonal stuff, the Tipsy Ducks is still much better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clabbered milk
Milk
and
and
all.
all.
Clabbered.
What's that?
Clabbered.
I don't
Clabbered
know.
milk.
I don't know.
Is that
Theme park
Cincinnati
Rob,
thing?
what does that mean?
Clabbered.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a Midwest.
Norway. I know what we're gonna talk about. Rob's
yes.
got to give his opinions on it.
What are you thinking for Norway?
Well, we heard thanks to Jeffers about the Viking coffee.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. That what is
Frozen
it?
Viking coffee.
Yes.
Bailey's Irish cream, coffee liqueur,
Yes.
chocolate sauce.
Yep.
Chocolate coffee crunch garnish, which is
Oh.
basically Cocoa Puffs again.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's more like candy bar that's been cropped up
Mm.
into little chunks. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's definitely not Cocoa Puffs. That's the other drink.
Yeah. This is now on our to-do list for
Yeah.
sure.
That's a big one.
Yeah, and just straight down the line because on the Disney cruise from 2 years ago, every night, could I try new drinks? Sure, but why do that when I could just have a coffee with Bailey's with whipped cream on top, and it was like this whole like mug of it, and that's what I drank every single night. And then Jeffers tells me about this Viking coffee, and I'm like, well, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to try that now.
I love this drink because I recently did like one of those DNA tests to find out my lineage because my records in my family only go to a certain point.
Mhm.
So I've got some Canadian background, some English, some Irish, some Spanish, kind of. But like I'm 20% Finnish, so I'm
Oh.
kind of Viking. I'm a tiki wearing Viking. That just dawned on me, and I don't know how to handle that. That sounds awesome.
That's a T-shirt you need. I'm
Yeah.
a tiki wearing Viking.
A
Yeah.
Viking surfing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
yeah.
Mm. There you
Mhm.
go. That's a good one. Yeah, Viking coffee definitely on the list. Is there anything else in Norway? I'm trying to think what else I've had in Norway.
They had a seasonal drink. I think it was during the holidays. It was like a pink lemonade with vodka.
Mm.
It was only seasonal. I had it once. I was like, this is pretty good. I'll have a frozen Viking, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I liked the other drink better.
Oh, yeah.
Better. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
then-
then Mexico, right?
Mexico. I mean,
Yeah. Anything a la cava. Anything.
yeah.
Aside from the avocado margarita.
Oh, you're not. Oh, interesting.
I had it once just to try it. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
let's try this. And they got the cup and it seemed kind of watered down.
Oh.
It seemed very liquidy.
Mm.
And it was a frozen drink, but at the same time, I was like, I think I like the other ones, especially the spicy jalapeno margaritas a lot more.
Yeah.
Rob and I had like a spicy margarita that they had at Animal Kingdom. We literally walk up and say, hey, can we have the jalapeno margarita? And it's like, yeah, this is the last day that we have it. It's
Oh.
expiring after this. Like, this is so good. Why are we just now learning about this?
I will always go for a spicy margarita. Like if especially if they got one on the menu, I will always go for it.
Oh yeah, and the spicy salt around the rim. It's like, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. All good things. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. But in general, like margaritas, I'm always gonna say yes.
Why would you
I was
say
raised
no?
on Jimmy Buffett, so yeah, it's in my blood. I have to.
Now, did you pick any drinks in hashtag always future world? I mean, why? Right. I mean, is there any to pick?
I mean, before Space 220, was there anything?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, even Umbrella Cafe, they didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go into another world literally to get an
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you have any resorts on the list. So before we get there, but 2 years ago we were at Justin's 40th birthday, and you and I were at Halloween Horror Nights together. And like towards the end, we like hit the Bloody Mary booth, and I Theme Park Rob speaks very highly of your Bloody Marys. Is there someplace in Disney? Because I don't feel like I've had like a good Bloody Mary anywhere in Walt Disney World. Is there someplace that you know of that I don't know of?
I am on a mission to find the best Bloody Mary in all of Orlando, not just the theme park. So far, Disney is not even scratching the surface.
Right. Yeah.
I've gone to some places like Jacques, and I said, "Hey, can I have a Bloody Mary?" And they give me tomato juice with a shot of vodka in it. I was like,
No.
"This
Incorrect.
thanks, I guess." Okay. The best margarita right now is served at NBC Sports Grill at City Walk.
Oh,
It's almost exactly like the ones that they served at Universal for Mardi Gras.
Mhm.
It has all the toppings in it. It's got the beef stick straw in it, like about a mile foot tall celery stick. It's got tons of toppings, plus it's a really good margarita. Bloody Mary. I'm not drunk.
Dave must be in the house from Brandy and Dave. Dave, what's
Yes.
up?
Hello.
But now that you say that, I remember hearing about it before. But I think the only time maybe I would have had a chance to have it, it was pouring rain as I walked through City Walk. So
Yeah.
on the list.
It's worth the stop just for that.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Makes
Mine.
sense. Yeah. Where else? Well, tell me what your current top
Mhm.
Bloody Mary in Orlando is.
Well, the NBC grill.
It is. Oh, it is there. That's
Yeah.
the one. Oh,
That's the one as of right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something to dethrone it.
Yeah.
Disney's not showing me anything.
Yeah.
So, and that includes, I think I've had the one at Old Key West at their little restaurant there. It was okay. It was maybe a top 5.
Mhm.
But yeah, I haven't seen anything dethrone NBC Sports yet.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Oh, Jeffers is asking if I've ever had a Bloody Caesar. I have, and I'm not eager to have another one.
Oh.
Just personal preference. I don't like clam juice. I tried it once. I was like, let's try this just to be adventurous. I'm good. Thank you. All my
Do you do
Canadian friends.
Right. Do you do clam sauce on pasta ever or things like that? Or you just like clam sauce in general? Like anything
Red sauce
jammy?
on clams. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Does that have we covered everything in Walt Disney World, or you got some
I mean,
resort?
we
names
didn't talk about Animal Kingdom. I don't know.
Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom is a little weird. It does have a couple of places. One of them
Yeah.
being at Avatar. They have what's called the Night Blossom,
there? I've heard
which
that.
is
Yeah,
that is a nice, sweet little drink. It's a limeade, apple, desert pear, passion fruit with boba.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, like all you 20-year-old white women, that's perfect for you. Let's see. Oh, and of course, we got to talk about Nomad Lounge. We have to talk about
Yes.
Nomad Lounge.
That's must-
Yes.
Lots of really great drinks at Nomad Lounge. I really haven't had a single one that disagrees with me. But I've got to ask, Jen, do you have a tattoo?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. Because that's the name of this drink, Jen's Tattoo
Oh man. Well,
Jen's
now I might
tattoo
have to
at-
get one just cause,
at
and
Nomad
then
Lounge.
like
It-
show it off with the drink just to do it.
It's like, I get one for free. See?
My name
was-
is Jen, and I have a tattoo.
It
Yeah,
would be
it's-
funny if you had a drink at the Animal Kingdom named after you.
Right? That would be funny.
Especially
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom of all places. Yeah, it's got vodka, watermelon juice, hibiscus, and lime juice in it. So it's a nice
Oh.
little mix of the four. It's
Okay.
yeah,
Alright.
Jeffrey said it's really good. It's very tasty. It's not overpower with the sweetness, it's not overpower with the bite. It's a nice midday drink. Lovely drink.
All right,
Alright.
good one.
All right.
Have to look out for that one.
Yeah, Nomad, you can't go wrong.
Mm.
So.
I've had a few drinks at Yak and Yeti, but the ones I really like were seasonal,
Mm.
like the holiday old fashioned.
Mhm.
That one I took one sip of like, this is so good. Why are you ever going to get rid of this? Keep this on
Yeah.
the menu. And the next month it was gone. Like, you're lost, guys. I love Yak and Yeti. It's one of my favorite places to eat.
All right. Well, all right. So that cover Animal Kingdom?
Did
Yeah,
we do it? Did
to
we
my
talk about
knowledge-
Animal Kingdom?
Yeah. As far
Yeah.
as this podcast would allow, yeah.
Yeah.
Legally obligated to just mention.
I did it. I threw it out there at the like 48-minute mark. So there you go, Animal Kingdom.
Now, besides the Bloody Mary over at the NBC, is there any other drinks? You got drinks listed for Universal and Islands of Adventure? You got it broken down over there too, or
There's a couple. Like one of the most famous is called the Shark Attack. They have that at the San Francisco docks.
Mm.
Really, like one of the sweetest drinks I've ever had. Is like awesome, great. I see why everyone loves this. I mean, it's coconut rum, blue Caraco, carousel. I like doing that to make the
I
bartenders
still
out there.
can't. I still won't say it right at least 2 times before I
Yeah.
actually say it.
I mispronounce it deliberately so many times that that's in my nomenclature. Just blue Caraco carousel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. It also has pineapple rum, a little bit of Sprite, grenadine, and it's got shark gummies
Oh,
Mhm.
just to
that's
amplify it.
it's funny because like as you say Shark Attack, I'm thinking like just a really strong drink. And once you said it was so sweet, I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming with that name. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like
you can
pictured
hear the
something
Jaws
different.
music as it's lifting
Yeah,
up to your face.
exactly. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, it's so sweet.
I
I
rather
chose
like
to
it.
have the clam chowder over there instead of a Shark Attack last visit.
I can't tell if
Took a
you're
risk.
messing with me.
I know I did. I took a risk. Oh, I didn't. I didn't pay attention to getting the Shark Attack. I did get the clam chowder though.
Wait, you ate clam chowder? You're saying, or
Yeah, I told you this. It was. I was like, we were like, Mrs. Dillo needed to eat. It was like 5
Right.
o'clock. We had
Yeah.
gotten up early. The whole day was thrown off.
sure?
So she went and like got a quick bite, not
Yeah.
at Lombard's Landing, but the little place next to it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I need something, but nothing was appealing. And I was like, the only thing that's jumping out of me is this cup of clam chowder. So I'm gonna get that.
Why
It
would
was 100 degrees outside.
I don't.
It was a
okay.
choice.
They had
What's the
clam
choice?
chowder available at an outdoor theme park bar.
I don't know. If
And
it wasn't a bar. I'm trying to think what it. Well, I went in. It was because it's Lombard's Landing. Is it what? So I wasn't in the restaurant, but it was like that little place.
Oh, the little
next to
bar
it.
area in front of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But-
because just outside of that is where the San Francisco Dock
Right.
Tavern
I'm-
is.
Just missed it completely.
Ah.
Got clam chowder instead.
what?
Okay,
It's a bold choice, Skipper Bob. I survived.
you're at Lombard's. That was a decent choice. I like
Yeah.
Lombard's. Great place for
Yeah.
food.
But I remember it being. I mean, I remember 25 years ago that yes, that's where you should go and have the clam chowder. I didn't know if it still held up.
So I was going to try it on a 100-degree day. Why not? Let's just see how this goes. Roll the dice.
Hopefully it's not 100 degrees in the restaurant. Then they got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, this clam chowder's talking to me
Yeah.
with a Michigan accent for some reason. Shouldn't it sound at least like it's New England?
Ooh, Michigan clams. Nothing against Michigan.
Let's see. Other for Universal that I would recommend is at Finnegan's, their Irish whiskey sour.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everything they have at Finnegan's is really good, but their whiskey sour is probably, I think, their signature drink, or one of the top 3 at least. It's very popular. It's really good. Jameson Irish whiskey, Midori liqueur, peach schnapps, and a little bit of sour mix. So yeah, it's a great little mix.
Yeah.
Plenty of bite to it though.
Yeah. Finnegan's is a great place just to hang.
Yes, if you can get in.
Yeah. It's busy. I mean, especially during horror nights. That was probably the last time I was there. Holy mackerel, it was packed.
That is usually my go-to. Is I'll go to the theme park during the day when the park is still open, and then when it gets close to closing, I'll go and I'll wait for a table to open up, and say 30 minutes before I sit down at the table, I have a nice meal and get energized for the night. Take about an hour and a half, and by the time I'm out, the doors are open and everything. All right, let's go to Horror Nights. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a great spot to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got there over at Universal?
The only thing else, because Universal, not a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of drinking options, but not a lot of unique ones like the other two. Over at Islands of Adventure, I hate to do this, but I narrowed it down to the butterbeer. So in the summer, obviously you want the frozen butterbeer, without a doubt. But in the winter, I had a warm butterbeer, and it was 40 degrees out at nighttime if we do get cold in Florida once in a while. And it was good. It was so good for the time of the night. And it was okay, this works just fine.
Yeah, it's I didn't have it this time because it was 1,000 degrees. But yeah, the warm butterbeer.
The clam chowder, though, yeah. I mean,
clam chowder. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, everybody. Not the warm butterbeer.
That would have been crazy, but
clam chowder with butterbeer.
I had just had, to be fair, I had just had the frozen butterbeer an hour and a half before. So naturally.
What do you follow it up with?
It had the nice oyster crackers. They were good.
I love a good oyster cracker.
That was weird. Holy crap.
All right. You don't have any SeaWorld drinks on there, do you, Skipper Bob?
I have not. Aside from their Halloween thing, I haven't been to a SeaWorld event in such a long time. I keep thinking about going, but then they keep doing stuff. It's you know what? I'm good. I still have Disney tickets. I'm contemplating whether if I should renew or not. I have 10 days left to do it.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
and I got to get the baseline and Oga's with
and
Theme Park
Oga's,
Rob in 10 days.
Yeah, I got reasons to live. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have a place in all of Orlando that's this is my go-to, I just want to go out and have a drink? Where are you going?
I got 2 places.
Okay.
One of them is on Sand Lake Road. It's called The Whiskey. It's a steakhouse and bar, and if you go there right at 11 o'clock when they open, and there's no one else in there, they will give you the best service in the world because you're the only one in the restaurant.
Okay.
Some of the best steaks and old fashions I've ever had. That's a really, really nice place. Now, if you want a little more of a livelier crowd, in a more cozy setting, let's say, Vault 5421 on iDrive, which is part of the speakeasy of Gods and Monsters. So you got to go through a comic book shop to get to it. You get in there and everything is Fallout and Mad Max themed. It's dark. There's black lights, and they've got a mead flight. They do specialty cocktail drinks. And it's a really good place if you're a huge nerd like me.
That's awesome. Sounds like two good
Yeah,
spots. All right.
the
Yeah.
whiskey on
Yeah.
Sand Lake. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. All right. Let me think if I have anything else, because I threw in a Bloody Mary question early because I thought it popped into my head and I didn't want to forget later. But I mean, obviously it's July, so do you have your Horror Nights pass procured already?
I am waiting for the frequent fear passes to be released, which should be any day now.
Hmm.
Those are the passes that are either you can go every single night through the whole thing or half the thing. I'll definitely go the first half. I will never go to Horror Nights in October. I will never do that. That is too much people for me. I don't people that hard.
Is there ever you think there'll ever be a time where you realize just how good it is, and you went so many times in that first half, but it's still so good that you would consider going in that second half? Because you have the option to extend if necessary.
I think you would have to just maybe. I've never done it, but maybe because I've never gotten to that point. Because usually by the end of September, I've been to Horror Nights 10 times, and sometimes that includes a rip tour or just several outings with my friends, or sometimes I'll go all on my own. I'm going to do one house and do all the scare zones, and that's a good night for me.
Yeah, and that's nice to have that option. Is there a house in particular that has been announced that you are most looking forward to?
Ghostbusters. The last Ghostbusters house they did was probably one of my favorites of all time, because I always rank every year. I go, all right, this house was the scariest. This house was the most fun. This house was the most ingenious. The Ghostbuster house was definitely the most fun I've ever had in a horror house, which you wouldn't expect to have fun in these places. But this, I was smiling ear to ear the whole time because I'm a huge 80s kid. Grew up, I was a kid of the 80s. So everything 80s related. Yeah, I'm all about that. Sure.
That's awesome.
Nice. Jen, anything else that you have thought of that I haven't thought of?
All right. I'll do one more, and I'll make you pick your favorite resort spot for a drink and the drink of choice.
Well, let me think. All right. Disney only has 30 to pick from.
Right. So, you know.
Yes, I've counted.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not easy.
If I had to be honest, probably the poolside bar at Cabana Bay.
Okay.
Oh,
because the whole 50s retro decoration and the feels and the sounds, and just it doesn't matter if it's 97 degrees with 300% humidity. That's a wonderful place for me to be. It's my happy place. You'd think I would say Polynesian Cafe or Polynesian Resort. Very strong second. Really strong. I was there on my birthday all by myself last year, and I just went out onto the beach and I just sat in one of the chairs and I literally napped and was so happy. Like, my God, I am old. I'm happy I got a nap in the sun, fully clothed.
On the Polynesian beach, I mean, of course. Why wouldn't you be so happy?
Facing the bungalows, looking at stuff I'll never in my life be able to afford. Think just one day.
Yes.
One day.
Exactly.
Yeah, we stayed at Sapphire Falls in June, and but when we were planning, we picked Sapphire Falls for a few reasons, but the ease definitely helped. But it was very hard I really wanted to stay in Cabana Bay because I was like, I love the look, I love the feel, there's so much I love about it. I was like, an extended stay would be awesome there.
I would probably say at Cabana Bay more if they allowed pets, but they not at that level of resort. They don't. They do at Sapphire, which is where we stayed last time.
Yeah.
Brought our 2-month-old puppy with us because we could. And it was a nice place. I really love that the boat dock that went to City Walk unloaded right in front of our room.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that you can't go wrong with that. That's really the allure of Sapphire Falls. It's just the ease of getting to and from the parks and City Walk.
Yeah. It's worth it. Right there.
Yes.
Before we go, and Skipper Bomb drops all his plugs and where to find him in all his places. Is there anything you are most looking forward to in the parks besides Horror Nights? Not counting Epic. So let's just go through the rest of the
geez.
calendar year.
Okay. All right. What else am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Disney announcing another wrap for their buses. You know that's going to happen.
D23, you probably get a lot of stuff there.
You know
what
what?
do you think is beyond Frontierland, Skipper Bob?
I really don't know. I would be happy with probably whatever they announce. If they're leaning more towards the Disney villains, great. All for that. Not going to find it at all. I don't know if that's because that's a big goal question mark. Because I've heard a lot of people say they might do this, they might do that. With Disney, they might say we're going to do this and say, "What? We never said that." Spaceship Earth, what's wrong with that? It's fine. Leave it as is.
Blue sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I really want to see. I want to see Spaceship Earth get updated more than anything. That's like my biggest draw.
No, agreed. It'll be interesting because they said that Epcot was done last month, so I don't know what the problem is. Even if they got half of the front of the park to still work on.
It's weird walking around without the walls. I actually got lost last time I was at Epcot. I was like, I don't know where to go. We're supposed to cut through here, but there's not walls stopping me. Are you sure? I don't think
I'm allowed.
Going over. Is this? I'm not allowed over there, am I? I mean, that happened to John the Woo, didn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go over this way. Let's go over here. Oh, look at the fountain. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, Skipper Bob, we have known each other for a long time now, the three of us, and now that we've all met each
20
other,
how many years? 30 years for you guys? What is it?
Well, for our 28 years since Bash at the Beach, we were in the same.
Yeah, between Bash at the Beach and the times I've passed Woody in the parks, yeah, probably.
But we always love the opportunity to talk to you. We wish we could do it more often. We should be doing it more often.
We should. I'm available.
Yeah, and with that, I will turn over to you to tell us about where we can find you and all the things, because I know you got your photography thing happening too. So tell us all about that.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. First off, it's Skipper Bob's Breakdowns. I kind of neglect it, but every once in a while I'll drop a short in there of something that interests me. May not interest everybody, but at whatever, to each his own. But I also have a website, wrhstudios.com. You go there, you'll find links to all my socials and also examples of some of my photography. One of my first models ever was Theme Park Rob's daughter, and she's on that page as well. I've got some great shots. I can't wait to do more of it. I have a photo session coming up like next week, and I'm kind of worried about it because it's going to be, I'm helping out a friend. So he's like, can you take photos of me? Okay, sure. Where's my camera? I don't use it as often as I should, but yeah, I'll definitely be digging in, getting some more photography work in soon. So check that out, wrhstudios.com.
Awesome. Love it.
All right, Skipper Bob. Well, thanks for joining us here over on our YouTube and over on the X as well. This will be dropping into our audio feed. And onward and upwards, check out more here on Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. Until next time, that's Skipper Bob. Thanks, Skipper Bob. She's Jen. I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.